We're going to talk today about you trusting the unseen and really about building up your believability in the fact that you are the operant power and that things are always moving even if you don't see it. So stay tuned, you don't want to miss this. Hey everyone, I am Kim Velez. I am a conscious life and success coach, and I'm really happy to be here with you today. So before we dive in, if you want my free video training, if you're struggling manifesting your specific person, I cover like what I have seen to be the most dominant, biggest reason with all the thousands of clients and feedback that I've received over the years. That link is below. If you want my free little mini workbook called Limitless in Love, that is a fun one. That link is below as well. So let's talk about this. When you're manifesting, it's about having faith and trust that you're the operant power. It's redirecting your mind to think bigger than just what you see or you experience with your five senses. It's trusting that as you're focusing or thinking new thoughts, and whether you have to reprogram your mind because you have a belief system that goes against what you want, or you don't have that, but you're like, hey, this is what I want, and there's no opposing story against it. It's trusting and knowing that it's on its way. It's trusting and knowing that you can have this. It's trusting and knowing that at some point in your life you will wake up and you will experience it with your five senses. So we're always processing billions of information through our five senses, but it doesn't mean just because we're filtering this or processing the information that we experience with our five senses that there isn't other information out there. It's just what you're privy to in that current moment. So you're deciding based off your thoughts if you're going to choose to trust that you're going to get what you want somehow, some way, without needing to know how it's going to unfold and when it's going to unfold. Because I got to tell you, I get really sick and tired of all these videos about getting something now, getting something in 24 hours. I want everybody to know that is possible, but when you really look at manifesting, when you really understand what's happening, that not everybody gets everything they want in 24 hours. In fact, I've never met a single human being in my life that anything they wanted, they literally have gotten within 24 hours of thinking the thought. So you really want to understand that I don't want to subscribe to that in the sense that if you're someone who's getting disappointed that you're not manifesting in things in 24 hours. So if you really understand manifesting, a lot of people that manifest success in their life, like massive success, it didn't happen in 24 hours. It's okay. You're still going to get everything you want, whether it's fucking 48 hours or it's 48 weeks. So does it have to take years? No, but sometimes it can, guys. Sometimes shit can take years to manifest because what's going on in you. So everyone is a reflection of you, right? So this is why it's important to trust in the unseen. It's important to remind yourself that if I'm noticing I don't have what I want, or I'm starting to doubt and question and wonder where is it, it doesn't mean that, or what you should do in that moment is remind yourself, oh, this is working out for me. I'm getting this. It's already done. I don't have to worry about when it's going to come to me. I don't have to worry about how it's going to manifest and unfold because I'm going to get everything I want. And this is why persistence is so powerful, because you're understanding that I'm persisting in focusing on the outcome I want. That's what you're doing. So some things can manifest quickly in our reality within weeks, days, hours. Yes, it is. A lot of things can manifest that way, but some things may take longer depending on you. And that is okay too, because you're not in competition with anyone else. We're not sitting here holding up a calculator saying, this person's manifesting in something faster than I am. You don't know how long they were working on themselves to reprogram their mind or what was going on with them internally that they manifested in the experience that you desire. You don't know the full details. You're not in their brain. You don't understand the process that they went through, and you don't get the aftermath. You're not getting the full story of what happened when this person came back in their life, what happened when they got the $1 million, what happened when they got the career, what was going on with them. A lot of people don't come back and share that. They don't talk about their triggers. They don't talk about, that even though they manifested their specific person back, that it didn't change initially, that they had to keep focusing and training themselves to be a different version of them, and then over time their SP conformed and gave them what they want. And there's some people that can do that quickly with certain SPs, and there's some people that it takes longer. So the hope and message that I want you to receive from this video today is that you have to trust in the unseen. It really does not fucking matter if you get what you want in 24 hours. Your life is being created by you. So you want to wake up every day knowing that this is mine, knowing that this is unfolding, knowing that this is going to be in your physical existence someday. Whether, again, today, we don't know when it's going to manifest in until it manifests in. So your job is to just keep persisting and trusting in the unseen, that just because it's not being in your face where you are experiencing it with one of your five senses doesn't mean it's still not conforming. It doesn't mean that it's not happening. It doesn't mean that you're not getting what you want. It doesn't mean that shit isn't working. And if you keep focusing on that, that's the way you're viewing it, then you don't trust in the unseen. You don't know that this is yours. Because if you knew it's yours, you're not worried about when you're going to get it. You know it's yours. You're not separated from it. You don't feel disconnected from it. You trust in the unseen. You know it's unfolding. You know it's working behind the scenes. So most people that aren't trusting the unseen is because their self-concept is not on point. They don't believe somehow, some way that this can be a reality for them. And when you need the 3D to show you evidence to say, hey, this can be a reality for you, and that's the only way you believe and you trust in it, then you are off the mark, babe. You are not trusting in the unseen. Now, some things that we're manifesting can take a little bit longer in the sense of us believing that we can have it, and that's okay. That's why you should really look at your self-concept in that area of your life and see, has this been a habitual pattern for me? Is this a pattern in my life where I've never manifested and gotten it to stick or come out the way that I wanted, where it was satisfying? You know, did I lose it when I got it in? If the answer is yes, then you want to understand, okay, I got a self-concept then that is supporting a negative story about that area of my life. But trusting in the unseen is important because that is how people don't give up on themselves and they actually do manifest their dream life. You know, there's a lot of sayings out there. One of them is that we often overestimate what we can do in a year and we underestimate what we can do in 3 years. And I know right now somebody's gonna fucking comment, oh my God, I don't wanna wait a year for what I want. And oh my God, I have to wait 3 years for what I want. Okay, so what? Nobody's saying that you have to, but some things that you're manifesting may take a year. It may take 3 years. An example, if you're making $40,000 a year and you're stuck in a job and you are manifesting a different lifestyle for yourself, you want to manifest a $3 million home that you own, well then you're going to manifest somehow, some way, that home coming into your existence. I'm not going to get into all the different ways that it could come in because that's, you know, a personal choice of how you want your reality to unfold for you. But is it bad then if you don't get it in 24 hours? Are you not going to trust in the unseen because you didn't get it in 2 weeks? Are you persisting in knowing that, oh, this is going to be mine? Because I'm going to tell you right now, whenever you get the manifestations that you want, you're not going to give a fuck how long they took because you're with them in your physical 3D. So this is why you trust in the unseen. This is why you don't give up on you. This is why you're understanding that I'm not here to race myself. I'm here to be a creator and trust and know that my life is unfolding perfectly for me, to trust and know that I'm getting everything I want. That some things may come in more quickly than others, but it still does not mean that I'm not going to get what I want if it didn't come in ASAP. And it's so important to trust in the unseen. It's so important to really understand that you are the operant power, to really understand what we're doing here, because that puts you in a state of peace. It puts you in a state of empowerment. It puts you in a state of trust. That's your goddess self. That's your God state, whatever you want to call it. Knowing that this is yours. And again, if you knew it was yours, then you're not over here worrying and wondering, when am I going to get it? Because that's the version of you that's separate from it. So your job is to trust in you, in the power of your mind, in that law of assumptions at play, no matter what, and that you're going to manifest the reality of your desires, the reality of your dreams. And it doesn't matter how long something takes, you're going to get it. Now, you do want to be aware, right, of what's going on in your brain and observe your thinking and switch your thinking if you think about this area of your life and it's not good thoughts, you need to change that. You want to change that. You want to support thinking from a version of you that trusts in the unseen, a version of you that knows they're the God of their reality. They're creating all their experiences. You want to support the story in your mind of the version of you that is in the wish fulfilled, because that version of you in the wish fulfilled, who's in their $3 million home, she doesn't miss it. She's not wondering if she's ever going to get this. It's already hers. She's already in it. So you can be that before you actually have that experience in your 3D reality. And that's really the key, to move yourself internally into that mindset when you start doubting, when you aren't trusting in the unseen, to know this is going to be yours. I had a dream of mine forever about me helping the world. I didn't know what that looked like. I wasn't clear. I had no idea. I just always knew somehow, some way I would be helping the world. And I had to go through my own internal process in my life of really understanding the importance of that for me, because I had a kid young and there was other things that were prioritizing and things that I didn't know were possible, things that I wasn't focused on, things that were not in my awareness. So it was a journey for me to uncover and awaken myself over and over to the possibilities of who I am and what I want to be and what I'm becoming. I still manifested it. You're still going to manifest it. So it's really understanding that you got one life to live. You're going to get everything you want. Your job is to keep your eye on the prize, to trust in the unseen. And if you're doubting and you're worried if it's going to be yours, then you're disconnected in that moment. That's okay. That's just being human. But you want to move yourself into, no, I got this. No, this is mine. I don't need to worry about when. I don't need to worry about the how. This is mine. And move yourself into that version of you that is already connected to that reality. Because that version of you, again, you already got it. $1 million is already sitting in the bank account. Who would you be if that money was in your bank account and it wasn't going anywhere? Who would you be if you were waking up in your $3 million house every day? Who would you be if you're in a loving, committed relationship and you're happy and you're satisfied and fulfilled and it's the relationship of your dreams, whether it's someone new or a specific person? Who the fuck would you be? Well, you wouldn't be sitting here not trusting that you can have this. You'd already have it. So you got to move yourself into that version of you, and you start that through your mental thinking. That's what a mental diet is. It's, what am I accepting in my brain? What am I focusing on in my brain? What am I replaying over and over in my mind? Does that support that reality, or does it support the old reality where I don't have what I want? So your job is to go within and do your best to understand what's going on with you, so you keep your focus into the reality where you have what you want, trusting in the unseen, knowing it's all unfolding, you're getting everything you want, even if you have no way of experiencing it right now, this second, with your five senses. Doesn't mean that tomorrow it's not going to show up. Doesn't mean in an hour you're not going to get some evidence that shows you the reality, you've shifted into that reality. Or it doesn't mean that in 6 months you just wasted 6 months. Like, you're always evolving and growing. If you're really on the spiritual journey, you're really going within, you're changing. I had somebody say a rude comment the other day on YouTube about my old videos or something, which I just laugh, because I'm like, if I was the same version of me that I was 3 years ago, there would be a fucking problem, okay? I would not be practicing what I'm preaching. So I'm always glowing up and evolving, because I love the uncomfortability. I love the unknown. I love pushing the limits. I love being the best version of me, whatever the fuck that looks like in the day-to-day moment, and really challenging myself to manifest the life of my dreams. But see, I trust in the unseen. I don't care about when I get what I want, because I always get what I want. And I want you to start adopting that mindset if you're someone who struggles with that, because you are the only one that's creating your experiences. So you're either gonna pick a story that says, I'm getting what I want even if I don't see evidence of it, or you're going to stick to the old story that says, how come it's not here? Where is it? And you're being the old version of you that does not have it. So the choice is yours. I say go for the one that's the least emotional painful, the least emotional struggle, and the one that helps support you connecting to your God state, connecting to what it feels like to really be an empowered, divine fucking creator that we all are. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. Bye.